Hey guys, this is Mike91 and I'm about to record part 5 of GSC hacking. And this time we talk about what is RAM memory. Well, you know that ROM memory stores all the data that's in the game's code, all the events in the game, all text and stuff, everything that happens in the game. Then there's also RAM, and it's for storing all the data that the game uses at the time. Instead of using all 2 megabits of data, Game Boy games only store 10,000 bytes at the time. So, to make the game run, because the engine, Game Boy Color and Game Boy are not capable of holding much memory at the time. Instead, they can only use a little bit of it. This data that's stored in RAM contains everything that's happening at the time. For example, it stores the map data of the map that you're on. If you're in battle, it stores the data that's happening in it, the sex of the enemy, the level of it, its status. If you fight a wild Pokemon, it stores its number and level. And your HP is stored here. For example, here's where your position in the game is stored. This tells if you're on bike or not. If you're using repel, steps repelled are stored here, and stuff like that. Now let's show this. Let's show how it works when the game is opened. First, you open the ROM with VBA. Now I opened a save state. The beginning of the game, I have Totodile level 5. My name is Silver, as you can see. And now let's, for example, show what happens if we change this bit in RAM. So it was at D9 EB. You open the memory viewer, the tools section. Here you input the offset where I want to go. D9 EB is now 00. For example, change it to 05. Walk 2 steps here and go to that offset again. It's now 03 because we just used 2 steps of repelling, and now after 3 steps repel's effect wore off because we're not repelling anymore, but we were using repel because we changed that bit in the RAM. Now I'm going to enter a battle with PG. Wild PG appeared. PG's data stored here. D0ED wild Pokemon number. D0ED. Yeah, it's PG. And FC is the level of the PG. It's level 2 PG. Change it to level 22. It's what happens in the game. Level 34 PG appeared. Go to the dial. And we fight it with Scratch. It still had... Yeah. Here are the... we're gonna find it. Now here. Stats of the current opponent. Each value is 2-bit a big Indian in the following order. Current HP, total HP, etc. You can see the rest because I'm not recording the full screen, but let's go to offset D0FF anyway. D0FF. Our first 2 bits are the current HP of the enemy. It has currently 7 HP, and in the beginning of the battle it had 13 HP. It had D, now it has 7. Our own stats are here. We have where HP is stored in CB1C. We have now 0A HP. First we had 15. Now because Peach is just about to kill us, we're going to change these bits a little bit. Now, what happens? We have a little bit more HP than before. We have 266 HP. And the HP meter looks glitchy because we have more HP than we could have. But if you want to change it, for example like this, we have normally 266 HP of 533. And it looks glitchy because it looked glitchy just a while ago. Anyways, by using Scratch, we beat the opponent and gain experience, and to dial grade level 6 and level 7 and to level 8, and it learned Rage. Now its HP became glitchy. No idea why, but it did. Yeah, this is where the battle data is stored. So Totodile's HP isn't stored here anymore because we're not in a battle anymore. But if we enter one, its data would be stored in there. Yeah. Well, you just saw how RAM works, so now I'm going to move on to different things. And it's Gameshark codes. Okay, so now that you know how RAM works, let's move on to codes that modify the RAM. And the easiest one to understand is the Gameshark code. Gameshark code is type 2-bits. Usually 0, 1, can be something else too. The bits to right and the offset to right rotate, and the bits of the offset are rotated backwards. So for example, this code for infinite money or the first part of the code, writes byte 99 in offset D573. And if you check that offset with hex editor or memory viewer, if we find where it's stored, it's here, yeah. Money is stored in offsets D573 to D575, and these codes change bytes at D573, D574 and D575 into 99. And Gameshark codes are actually permanent, while ROM changes with memory viewer are not. So, as you saw before, our rebuild steps, we lost them when walking, but if we input a Gameshark code for it, they wouldn't. So, rebuild steps are stored in D9EB. Now let's open the ROM widget. Enter our own cheat here. D5EB is where that is stored. D9EB, sorry. And these bytes had to be rotated backwards, so it's EBD9. And in the first, there had to be 0, 1, and then the steps that we have left, and we have 5 steps left. Now this tells repel, and we have invalid. Oh, sorry, I wrote it in the wrong place. So now we have a code that changes byte at D9EB to 05. Go to memory viewer, D9EB. It's not 05 here, but actually it's permanent code. Now we are always repelled. Yeah. Because the change of the Gameshark code is permanent. Yeah. And there are other Gameshark codes. For example, all Pokemon you fight are level 255. 255 is FF in hexadecimal, and this code writes byte FF to offset D0FC. And if, as we saw here, D0FC is the offset where the level of the enemy fought is stored. It's actually kinda easy to be understood. This works. And you can easily write your own Gameshark codes this way by using the ROM map and using the ROM map as help. Yeah.